Here's how I'm marking out my sampler. I've got three areas, a long one at the top, a square one down here, and a more rectangular area here. This is the one we're going to use. I've put the drawing for this in the download, and I'd like you to mark your wood out like this. The first thing we're going to do is outline all these areas with the V tool. So this is the straight running cut, like so. We'll start across the grain, and the exercise is to see how straight we can make this. Now there is a line, and you can decide whether to be on the line, to one side or the other. I'd suggest you go inside the line so that this chisel on this side is running against the line there. That's your aim there. So I'd stop at the end, and then I would do this one again inside the line, like so, and I'd stop there, and that's the exercise to stop. So on the other side, swapping hands, a mirror image, I'm going to run this line along here. I'm going to try and make this line the same as this one. Just a light line. Now when I've got the lines in this way, I'm going to come this way along the grain. Not too deep, just a light line. So here's the shaving. Now the shaving will come out this way very well because the grain is all lengthwise. So look at that little corkscrew shaving. Trying to keep that the same depth up against the line. So the two should meet and come out. If they don't, use a skew chisel and just nick it off. So work your way all the way around and just complete those outlines of the areas with these lovely running cuts. If that doesn't come off here, I'm going to have to just trim that down like that. So make your low angle grip either this way or this way. And the first thing we're going to put across is some straight lines. As before, one hand resisting, one hand pushing, stopping at the end. Put a second one in here, like that. The second thing I want to do is to do some wavy lines. So we'll start off like so. I'm going to come round like this, not too deep. Then I'm going to put a second cut, and I'm going to try and copy the first cut like this. Then I'm going to try and do it a third time. See if I can copy it a third time. That's not too bad. So from here, so I've got some straights across, I've got some curved lines from here. I'm going to put some curved lines this way. So I'll put 3 with this hand, pivoting as before here, just as we did. So coming up, keeping the same sort of depth, pivoting around like that, and stopping at the top here. Second one, I'm going to try and keep that the same distance apart. And I'm going to put a third one here. Now if it gets stuck in here, you can just take your tool and take those off there. Now I'm going to do the same by swapping hands this way. 1, 2, 3. You'll find one side is easier than the other. We're naturally right or left-handed. If you need to go back and make something a little deeper or tune it, you can. These are lines, so you need to be very careful about them, make sure they're tuned. Okay, then over here, what I want to do is, no, I'll come here, this bit. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a tapered line in the same way. So I'm going to come over here, mirroring this one. I'm going to come up and we're going to go deeper like that. That's me not putting my wedges in. Let me make sure they're in. So that is like that. So what I need to do is, as this comes up to an end, is cut this off with my skew chisel like that. Just cut the end off and slope the end out a little bit. Then we're going to put a cut this way, swapping hands, and we're going to stop short of this one. Then we're going to come this way, stop short of that one. So this is good exercise in swapping hands. Perhaps I can squeeze in one more there like that. And then I can nick off all these ends at the same time. So I'd nick this off, and this off. And I've done that one. I can nick this one with my knife or my skew chisel. I've got some samples. Now, in this area here, we can do some straight ones of those. So we come down, trying to stop, trying to control the tool, like so. And again, we can nick those off. So we've got straight cuts like this. We've got wavy cuts. We've got curved cuts, tapered cuts. And one more thing that looks fun is to do some tapered cuts up here. So we'll start into the scoop, trying to come square across, and stopping. That's the exercise. And then I'm going to start here and put my scoop in between the thin bit, so I get a sort of pattern going. And so thin over here, thick, thin, thick, thin, like this. It's really quite a nice pattern. Let's try some running cuts with this middle gouge. Exactly the same hand grip as with the V tool, exactly the same. Starting this end, enter, and push the tool across the wood, taking the shaving and stopping at the other side. I'm going to do that one again because I'm going to make it a little deeper. So as you come along here, what you can do with this tool, if I just break that away so you can see, is as you come to the end, you can just rotate it a little bit like that and sort of sneak it in. It's not levering, it's just a little bit of rotating. Then put your next cut next to it like so. Like this. So this, what we're doing here, is a very important technique for clearing away the background in a relief carving. And we'll come to that later, but for now, I want you to make a few cuts along here, but stopping short so that I've got a bit of space for something else we're going to do in a minute. And for the exercise, what I want you to do is I want you to tune these lines here. There are lines like that are proper lines, but there are lines that are ridges in between, that are just really changes of plane. So just for the exercise, I want you to see if you can get all these equal as you run across, and pay attention to trying to get them the same depth and the same sort of ridges in between. If you need to clean up here, you can use your V tool, like so. And what I would do is I would put a line here with my V tool, another little running cut, now I know where I am, and that line marked all the ends of the running cut along there. So have a go at that, it's quite good fun. This is what your sample board should look like at the end of this stage. A good idea might be to label this area low angled running cuts. Now this area is also using the low angle grip, but a different sort of cut, and that's what I'm going to turn to next.